Because so many of these are the same type of problem, I am going to go through these and talk very, 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 very fast. So just be prepared for that. All right, first of all, here they want to know what the secant of A is. The formula for secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. So I go over here, they gave me a triangle. Here's A. So I need the hypotenuse, which I don't have, and the adjacent leg, which I do have, which is 8. So then in order to find the hypotenuse, I'm going to have to use A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So I have 8 squared plus 10 squared equals C squared. So this is 64 plus 100 equals C squared. So this is 164 equals C squared, which is divisible by 4. So 4 times 41. So 2 square roots of 41 equals C. So this is 2 square roots of 41, which can now go here. And then these can reduce because they're both evens. So I end up with the square root of 41 over 4. Down here, they want to know these 3 missing sides, or these 3 missing values. So I know 2 of the 3 angles, and all 3 angles inside of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So that means B must be 60 degrees. So what we have here is a 30, 60, 90. A 30, 60, 90 is a special kind of triangle. When you have the side that's across from the 30-degree angle, then you can get the side that's across from the 60-degree angle by multiplying this side by the square root of 3. This is not even trig. And then you can get the hypotenuse by just doubling the shortest leg, so that is 14. Down here, same thing. This is a special triangle. This is a 45, 45, 90, which means that these two sides are equal to each other. So A is 45 degrees. And in a 45, 45, 90, when you have this side and this side, they're equal because the angles are equal. And then to go from this side to this side, you multiply by the square root of 2. So this side is x times the square root of 2, which means if this is x times the square root of 2, and that's 15 square roots of 2, and I just want x, I just drop off the square root of 2, and these sides are equal to 15. Over here, same kind of problem, but now these are not special triangles. So now I'm going to go ahead and find B. I have 2 of the 3 triangles, so I can add these 2 up and subtract it from 180. So that ends up making this 55 degrees. 35 plus 90 minus 180 is 55 degrees. And then I need to find these missing sides. So you can decide which one you want to find. I'm going to decide to find B first. And so I have angle B, side B. I know that angle B is 55 degrees. So this is opposite. And then I have this leg, which is adjacent. The trig equation that involves opposite and adjacent is tangent. So the tangent of 55 degrees equals the opposite leg, which is B, I don't know that, over the adjacent leg, 7. Multiply both sides by 7 to get B by itself. Pick up your calculator. Make sure it's in degrees, which I know it is because I was just doing these kind of problems a few minutes ago with my high school kids. So I'm going to do 7 times the tangent of 55 degrees, and then that's going to give me 9.9970, and they told me to go to 4 decimal places here. So then little b is 9.9970. And then you have 2 of the 3 sides, so you can use the Pythagorean theorem now, or you can go ahead and use another trig function. It's really up to you. So if you want to use another trig function, we're trying to find the hypotenuse, which means you can either use sine or cosine. Those both involve hypotenuse. I like sine, so I'll use the sine of theta equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. I'm going to use 35 degrees this time because it doesn't matter which one you use as long as now I take the side that's opposite 35, which is 7, over the hypotenuse. And then I need to solve. So first of all, I need to get C out of the denominator. So I multiply both sides by C. And then to get C alone, I'm going to take 7 and divide it by the sine of 35. So 7 divided by the sine of 35. And that ends up being 12.2041. And that's what C is equal to. All right, and then this guy is the same way. So once again, we have 2 of the 3 angles. We're looking for this third angle. So these guys all add up to 180 degrees. We have 100 degrees here. So that means B is 80 degrees. Then you get to decide whether or not you want to find A or B first. Since we have the hypotenuse, I decide I might as well go in alphabetical order. So I'll find A. I'll use this as my reference. So we're going to be across from. So opposite, so the sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. So the sine of 10 degrees equals A over 12. Get A alone by multiply both sides by 12. Pick up my calculator, do 12 times the sine of 10 degrees. And we get 2.0838. So A equals 2.0838. And then I need to find out what B is. B is the adjacent to angle A. So now I can do cosine of theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So the cosine of 10 degrees equals B over 12. Multiply both sides by 12. And I have 12 times the cosine of 10 degrees will equal B. So 12 times the cosine of 10 degrees. So B is equal to 11.8177.